Well, here's another toy spot on the Batman figure. This time we're going to be looking at the card attack, the Joker. This comes to us from the Extreme Power line. This was the line I was talking about earlier on I think my review of Firefly. I think by now the series was into its third season, possibly the second season. On the back here, I also would like to point out I like the look of the packaging on these guys much more than the Series 1 packaging. At least it's got a little more color. But on the back, we see Joker, and we also see the gimmick of this line. Actually, the entire line was, they had almost like cyber keys, similar to Transformers, and then they activated stuff. The characters in the line are a couple of Batmans. I think I picked up this Batman and Penguin, and then a Batgirl. This looks like a really crappy Batgirl, but surprisingly enough, I like this one, and when I get into the review of her, I'll tell you why. And there's the bottom there. But there's your packaging. What we'll do is we'll take a brief hiatus, and when we come back, what we'll do is we'll have a look at the figure. So here's the very zany Joker out of his package. Let's get a good look at the figure here. Now, love it or hate it, he is a good representation of the show, right down to his yellow teeth, the buck-tooth front that he was notorious for having, and the red eyes. Now, by this point along in the series, Joker finally got the the infamous Joker outfit. Up to the series, up to I think what was it, season 2. Season 1, he had these like Arkham Asylum, like straitjacket kind of outfit, and then of course he was barefooted, which he still was barefooted when he got this outfit. But it's nice that they finally gave him the Joker outfit, but in the show, and didn't always have him in the trench or in the straitjacket. Now I know a lot of people hated this Joker. I wasn't a big fan of him. I didn't like the dreads kind of that they gave him. I was always a fan of the '80s Joker, but he wasn't bad. It's just not the direction I think a lot of people wanted him to go, at least with art design. But there's your figure. Get a good look at the back here. He also comes with a rubberized tail for his jacket, which is nice. Articulation is his head can rotate. He's got articulation in the shoulders and the arms. This hand does not move. Neither does this one. And he's also got articulation in the legs. Nothing in the knees, nothing in the foot. If you ask me, I'm alright with that. I don't necessarily, for a cartoon figure at least, I don't need articulation in the knees, or I don't need wrists to rotate. The only thing I do ask is just don't have him like a statue. Like, if you saw my review on, what was it, the Sandman figure from Spectacular Spider-Man, I just don't like when they have a figure that's pre-posed and you can only do so many things with him. At least this figure is straight, his legs are straight, his arms are straight. But I always go back to that same beef. At any rate, there's the figure, and will you stand? Let's hope so. I think I'm eventually going to change this set too, because I have fabric here, and the figures never stand right. I know a lot of people just think, boy, this guy doesn't know how to stand his figures. It's not necessarily me, everybody. It's the fabric that I've got him on. But I might look into changing that. His accessories, he comes with 3 cards that are all molded together, just one piece of plastic. When we're looking at the figure, you'll see that his hand was opened. The idea is his cards just sit on top of that there. They don't sit well. There is a big gap, and of course they can slide off his hand fairly easy. I thought there was something to a gimmick in his arm where he could pull back and it would let go, and then maybe these cards would come off and go flying. But I think they just sit in there. It's a nice figure. I think it's the nicest Joker of the Batman series. Not one for the accessories. It kind of looks like he's just holding some menus and he works at a restaurant, but I would say I'd recommend him if you like the rest of the Batman figures. He's a good addition. And with that, we'll wrap this video up. Tune in next time, subscribe, tell your friends, and I'll see you guys later.